Princes! What grief hath set the jaundice on your cheeks? The ample proposition that hope makes in all designs begun on earth below fails in the promised largeness, checks, and disasters grow in the veins of actions highest reared. As knots by the conflux of meeting sap infects the sound pine and diverts his grain, tortive and errant from his course of growth. Nor, princes, is it matter new to us that we come short of our suppose. After 7 years' siege, yet Troy walls stand. Sith every action that hath gone before, whereof we have record, trial did draw bias and thwart, not answering the aim and that unbodied figure of the thought that gave it surmised shape. Why then, you princes, do you with cheeks abashed behold our works and think them shames, which are indeed naught else but the protractive trials of great Jove to find persistive constancy in men, the fineness of which metal is not found in fortune's love, for then the bold and coward, the wise and fool, the artist and unread, the hard and soft, seem all affined and kin. But in the wind and tempest of her frown, distinction with a broad and powerful fan, puffing it all, winnows the light away. And what hath mass or matter by itself lies rich in virtue and unmingled. With due observance of thy godly seat, great Agamemnon, Nestor shall apply thy latest words. In the reproof of chance lies the true proof of men. The sea being smooth, how many shallow, baubled boats dare sail upon her patient breast, making their way with those of nobler bulk. But let the ruffian Boreas once enrage the gentle Thetis, and anon behold the strong-ribbed bark through liquid mountains cut, bounding between two moist elements like Perseus' horse. Where's then the saucy boat, whose weak, untimbered sides but even now co-rivaled greatness, either the harbor fled or made a toast for Neptune? Even so doth valor's show and valor's worth divide in storms of fortune. For in her ray and brightness the herd hath more annoyance by the breeze than by the tiger. But when the splitting wind makes flexible the knees of knotted oaks, and flies flee under shade, why then the thing of courage as roused with rage doth sympathize, and with an accent tuned in self-same key, retorts to chiding fortune. Troy, yet upon his basis, had been down, and the great Hector's sword had lacked a master but for these instances. The specialty of rule hath been neglected. And look how many Grecian tents do stand hollow upon this plain, so many hollow factions. When that the general is not like the hive, to whom the foragers shall all repair, what honey is expected? Degree being vizarded, the unworthiest shows as fairly in the mask. The heavens themselves, the planets, and this center, observe degree, priority, and place, insisture, course, proportion, season, form, office, and custom in all line of order. And therefore is the glorious planet Sol in noble eminence enthroned and sphered amidst the other, whose medicinable eye corrects the ill aspects of planets evil, and posts, like the commandment of a king, sans check to good and bad. But when the planets in evil mixture to disorder wander, what plagues, and what portents, what mutiny, what raging of the sea, shaking of the earth, commotion in the winds, frights, changes, horrors, divert and crack, rend and deracinate the unity and married calm of states, quite from their fixture. When degree is shaked, which is the ladder to all high designs, the enterprise is sick. How could communities, degrees in schools, and brotherhoods in cities, peaceful commerce from dividable shores, the primogeneity and due of birth, prerogative of age, crowns, scepters, laurels, but by degree stand in authentic place? Take but degree away, untune that string, and hark what discord follows. Each thing meets in mere oppugnancy. The bounded waters should lift their bosoms higher than the shores and make a sop of this all-solid globe. Strength should be lord of imbecility, and the rude son should strike his father dead. Force should be right, or rather right and wrong, between whose endless jar justice resides, should lose their names, and so should justice too. Then everything includes itself in power, power into will, will into appetite and universal wolf, so doubly seconded with will and power, must perforce and universal prey, and last eat up himself. This chaos, when degree is suffocate, follows the choking. And this neglection of degree it is that by a pace goes backward in a purpose it hath to climb. The generals disdained by him one step below, he by the next, that next by him beneath. So every step exampled by the first pace that is sick of his superior grows to an envious fever of pale and bloodless emulation. And 'tis this fever that keeps Troy on foot, not her own sinews. To end a tale of length, Troy in our weakness stands, not in her strength.